Baylen Dupree's siblings open up about how her Tourette syndrome has put a strain on relationship with their parents. Baylen Dupree's brothers and sister are opening up about their childhood. In the first episode of TLC's newest series, Baylen Out Loud, the 22-year-old content creator's siblings shed light on growing up alongside their sister, who rose to fame documenting her life with Tourette syndrome on social media. Baylen is the second eldest of Dooley and Alan Dupree's 5 kids: Burke, 23, Sammy, 19, Sen, 16, Vic, 13, and Beckner, 10. All of her siblings, along with her parents, appear throughout the 8 episodes of the show that premiered on Monday, January 13. The first episode gives viewers an intimate look inside Baylen's day-to-day, as she navigates the challenges of becoming an independent adult with her loving family by her side. While supportive, her brothers and sisters opened up about their respective challenges growing up. Baylen's sister Sammy and her 3 brothers gathered in their living room at their home in West Virginia to talk about their own relationship with their parents, who dedicate a lot of time helping Baylen manage her tics as she strives to achieve her goal of living on her own in the future. I think it put a little bit of a strain, honestly, on our relationships with, like, mom and dad, Sammy told her brothers in the episode. The doctor's appointments, all the "I can't go there because I don't want your sister to be left at home alone," or "I don't want. You know what I mean." She added, "I think it definitely had a little bit of a strain on all of us, with mom and dad." Sven, the 4th-born Dupree child, said that he felt left out a little bit when Dooley would go on doctor's appointments with Bay. Beckner, the youngest of the Dupree kids, added, "Yeah, like we even have to give up going out for birthdays because of Baylen's condition." Sammy was sure to make clear, "I absolutely love Baylen with all my heart," though admitted that it could be difficult at times. "On one hand, we do take the backseat sometimes when her tics are really bad. But on the other hand, we love her and would do anything for her and support her." During the episode, Beckner was celebrating his birthday and expressed interest in going to the restaurant Harper's Ferry. Known for its fun environment, filled with tableside games like a massive set of Jenga and ping pong, the Duprees were hesitant due to Baylen's past experience. The last time Baylen was at Harper's Ferry, she didn't have a positive experience because some people were making fun of her, made her feel uncomfortable, made her upset. Alan said in a confessional, "It's difficult to get Baylen to go back to the same place after she's kind of had a bad experience, or she thinks in her mind that's going to be the same every time," he adds. Ultimately, the family decides to go to the restaurant. Despite being nervous, Baylen wanted to go to celebrate her youngest brother. "Prior people haven't been the nicest to me because of my tics, so I'm a little anxious," she said prior to going, admitting that she was just hoping to get through the whole thing. When they were at the restaurant, Baylen expressed her nerves but was all in on being there for her brother's special day. "Even though I'm freaking out a little baby weenie, I'm not going to let this interfere with Beckner's birthday," she said. Was Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree on Dr. Phil? See details about her pre-TLC appearance. Baylen Dupree lives with Tourette syndrome, which causes her uncontrollable tics that take the form of vocal and motor outbursts. They can range from relatively harmless, if disruptive, muscle spasms and vocalizations to more serious neurological issues, like seizures. Baylen's condition worsened severely over the pandemic, when she was stuck inside with her parents, and she began posting about her daily life on TikTok. After amassing a huge following on the platform, other networks began to take note of the young woman's strength, openness, and willingness to help others. Yes, Baylen made an appearance on Dr. Phil's show after he recognized how important she could be as a learning tool to help others with a condition. He invited her on a March 2022 episode, along with her parents, Alan and Julie. I started showing myself on TikTok with Tourette's because other people were making me feel ashamed of who I was. Baylen told Dr. Phil. People accused me of faking Tourette's, but I've never heard of one person who would want to live this way. While discussing her condition, she piped, "Oh, you're bald," to the veteran host. "I noticed that last week," he responded playfully, before asking, "What's the most empowering thing about being on the internet?" "The comments I get," she answered, "how much help has reached other people." Alan and Julie are clearly very protective of their daughter. They told Dr. Phil they first noticed Baylen's tics when she was about 7, starting with a strange neck movement. By 16, her condition had grown more severe, and she began vocalizing. More than just a disruption to polite company, Baylen's parents worried about her propensity to hit herself and others with objects. They have 5 other children, 4 boys and another girl, who they feared Baylen may injure if she was holding a sharp object during one of her involuntary spasms. They prohibited her from holding knives and even things like coffee cups, as her motor tics often came in threes, meaning she may break a cup or a plate on the first or second hit, and then compulsively strike herself or others with the broken shards. The standards they keep in their house are no different than the safety you would have for a toddler, Mom Julie said. "How do you guys feel about Baylen going public with everything that's been happening?" Dr. Phil asked. "Mixed feelings," Julie answered. "I'm a little more concerned," Alan added. "Once you hit send, there's good, there's bad, but there's also evil. As a dad, it hurts so much that there's nothing you can do about her condition." He continued, "But there's no quitting on my kid. You move forward and try to make it better." Baylen's TikTok following an appearance on Dr. Phil triggered a wave of interest in her story. So much so that TLC and Discovery president Howard Lee decided to give the family their own reality show chronicling their day-to-day struggles with Baylen's condition, Baylen Out Loud. "Baylen's realness and humor struck us right away," he said. "Her fearless honesty about living with Tourette syndrome not only busts stereotypes, but also builds bridges of understanding."